Welcome back to Season 2 of Ready, Set, College. I'm your host, Rob Schwartz. We're glad to have you back in studio at the Vault Studios here in Santa Clarita, California. We are ready to go with another dozen episodes of 30-minute college knowledge action headed your way. Today we're going to do a presentation on, well, kind of what I do and why it does or why it does not make sense to retain the services of an independent college counselor. Let me make clear, this is not a sales session, so don't click off this show quite yet. This could be really important for those families sitting at home thinking, is it in my best interest to bring someone in and spend money on a professional to help my child be as prepared as possible for college? Is it in our best interest to spend money on a professional to help us with the financial side of the house, and or both? And if so, well, under what circumstances do we or do we not go through this process? I can tell you, as someone who's worked in the counseling industry, the test preparation industry for many years now, it's important to understand that there are some do's and some don'ts involved in this process. And there's a lot of bad information, just as there is in the college admission process, in terms of how to find that independent counselor, and or should I lean on the resources that are still available at my high school. Most college counselors on the independent side will use the following phrase. You know, your college counselor on campus, if you even have one, is grossly overwhelmed, and there's 1,000 students to every counselor there, so they couldn't possibly do a good job, so you need to hire us. I gotta be honest with you, with a few exceptions, that's not true. I know counselors all up and down the state, and the great majority of them provide an outstanding service to students. They care about their job, they are dedicated to student success, and they want the best outcomes possible for each and every kid who takes the time to spend in their office learning about what they have to share. It's important that we as independents paint a very fair picture of what the independent versus non-independent world looks like. So it's important for me to take that stance first. One, the counselors are available on the schools, and by and large, the great majority of them are smart, knowledgeable, interesting people who understand the process and can help you achieve the goals you're looking for. So start with the resources that are available to you. Second thing I want you to be aware of is your counselor can provide as much time and energy and effort as you feel is necessary to get you to where you need to go, as long as it's within the confines of a school day. That probably is the biggest hurdle you're going to run into as a student or a parent, is you have a finite amount of time to reach that particular person. They're not going to hang out till 6 o'clock in the evening when your entire family can be around to start asking these questions. They have a life and they have a family of their own that they deserve to spend time with. Their job is, generally speaking, from 8-ish in the morning till 3-ish in the afternoon, whereas an independent counselor is going to be available much later to serve the needs of the families. Your counselor knows and understands what they're doing. They are well trained. The great majority of them have a master's degree in counseling. They generally have a very clear understanding of how this process works and how to work with students. So this first segment is honestly trying to tell you that if you haven't looked into the resources that are available to you on your campus, you're making a mistake, because there are great people at schools all over the place that will be able to take care of you and be able to help you through the questions and concerns that you have as a student or a parent. There's also this other misperception that you're somehow at a disadvantage in terms of getting into a good school because you didn't retain the services of an independent counselor. That's bogus too. First, you need to find, are you retaining the services of a really good college counselor? That's far more important. So we're going to get into that as we move a little bit further into today's show. But it was important for me to set the record straight that your college counselors and your guidance counselors do a terrific job. They work hard, they're dedicated, they're smart, they can help you. Start with them. If you don't feel you're getting the service you need at your particular school or with that particular counselor, now we should look outside the box. Now we start looking for solutions that are going to meet the needs of our family. So take a moment to think that through. I am an independent counselor, And I'm telling you to start with what you have, what you've already paid for, what is free or purchased already at your schools. But if that's not enough, come back, visit us in a minute. I've got a lot more information to share on why you should be looking at an independent counselor and how to shop for the right ones. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. We'll be back in just a moment here on Ready, Set, College.